Sister's boyfriend hates me because I lost my virginity before marriage. So my sister, 19F, and her boyfriend, 20M, met few years ago online and he's come over to visit multiple times. And instead of staying with my parents who are divorced in two different places, I, 23F, offered my house. Doesn't have to pay nothing, I made him meals, drove them around, and I took him in so we didn't have to pay for a hotel. It's just something that you do. You expect nothing from it. When I was at work I came back multiple times to him doing my dishes, he cleaned up my living room and doing things that I never asked him to do. Those were things I was going to get to later on. It was just something he wanted to do and I thought that was so sweet of him. He's a good kid and everything and he's like family now. He's such a sweet guy and I know he takes care of my sister and that's what matters. He even left a note on my fridge when he left the first time he visited saying he was so thankful for me taking him in and that he loved me as family. And that was so sweet. Flash forward now to 2 years later. I have moved from my previous place to a new state and have grown a little bit. My sister's boyfriend is an atheist. I am a religious person and I'm not going to say what my religion is because I don't want that to be a debate. But usually with religion you're not supposed to have sex until marriage. And usually I've upheld that, but lately it's just been kind of off and on with church and I met a man that I love who I've been with him for 9 months. And 3 months and I decided to lose my virginity to him. It's not something I just decided to do because I told him at the beginning of the relationship I didn't want to do anything. But sometimes things change. And I had called my sister and had told her that I lost it. I was a little hesitant but it's my sister. And I know she's not going to judge me, she's going to be a little concerned, but you should be able to talk to your sisters when you're close to them. I've done the same things for her. I had also started cursing a little bit because I've never really done that, but it's something I've always kind of wanted to do. It's just nice to have an outlet for stress and expressing yourself. Basically I'm kind of living out my teenage phase as a 23-year-old. I'm not a teenager, I'm a grown bottom adult. Basically I'm growing up and I'm changing. That's the normal part of life. I'm just a little late in changing. I've been trying to go visit my sister in Chicago where she lives with him and his parents. They've been wanting me to come visit for months now, but he hadn't been texting me back so I just thought oh okay he hasn't seen it. And then my sister called me yesterday and said I'm so sorry but, by the way, just want to give you a heads up he hates you now. And I'm like what the heck are you talking about? She said that he's mad that I lost my virginity and that I'm cursing. And that I had the nerve to be a third parent to my sister in high school when she was a teenager, 14, and she slept around with a lot of guys, and that I'm acting the way that my sister is when she was a teenager. I'm only with one person. And the first thing I said to her was excuse me I'm a grown bottom adult and you were a teenager. I looked out for you as a sister should and kept so many things from our parents so she wouldn't get in trouble. But of course I'd chew her out after she was safe because that's what a loving sibling does. That's what a sisters do for one another. It didn't help that growing up, our parents weren't always around because of work. I decided a few years later that I wanted to be a sister not a parent. That changed our relationship in a great way to what if is now. And that age of her life has nothing to do with him. He was never there cause he's only been in our lives for a few years. And my sister agrees fully with me and that he's being dumb and is defending me greatly. He's beginning to manipulate her and she's not taking it. She can see through it. His mom has even chewed him out. He's literally being judgmental for me changing a bit and he's cutting me out because he's mad that I'm not the wonderful religious angel that he thought I was. And I think that's so childish and stupid. 'Cause I've done nothing to him. And he's using the excuse that oh yeah Chicagoans have grudges for a long time and stuff like that but it's like, I've done nothing to you, you're just changing your judgment on me because I just changed a little bit of who I am. It's not even changing to me. I've always wanted to be this way. I was afraid of what my family would say about me. And this is a great example of why I wanted to hide it. I'm still a caring and wonderful person, I just started cursing and decided to sleep with the man I love. There's nothing wrong with that in my opinion. That's just being an adult in life. My sister is now telling me that if I come visit I have to come with my mom or my dad. Which is bullshit because I'm an adult and I can do what I want. And he's the only one with the problem with me. I can come and do whatever I want and who cares, I don't want to be around him either if he's gonna act this way. I'm here to see you my sister, I'm not here to see him. Me and my sister can go get a hotel and we can chill. His parents love me. And there's nothing that him and my sister haven't done also I think stuff they did in my bed when they stayed with me that I haven't done so I don't know where this lecture from a 20-year-old is coming from. And he thinks that I owe him for helping out around my house when I was working. You were just chilling there, I didn't ask you to do anything. He chose to help me do stuff and my sister was there and so was my roommate so I have eyes on the situation. It doesn't make any sense. Sorry for making it sound more like venting, this is so weird because I've never been hated by anybody. Especially family. I want there to be peace within the family. I'm usually the mediator. But this is something I didn't even start. He's just passing judgment on me. I'm not a person who picks fights with things. But this is someone I cared about and listened to my home and thought who was a sweetheart all of a sudden is being a jackwagon. Ada for sleeping with the man I love before marriage? Also, what do I do about this situation? Update. My sister has just been texting me telling me now when he was here he had cleaned and stuff like that. I mentioned it up there. He had wanted something in return. And I was like, if he wanted something in return all he had to do was ask. Be like, hey, if I clean your house and your dishes will you give me something in return? In my mind, me giving you a roof over your head and cooking for you is me giving you something in return for staying here. But he never mentioned he wanted something like money. I wouldn't have been able to do that anyways because I was completely broke back then. I showed my caring side and my appreciation for people through cooking and baking because it was cheaper for me to do. But him not telling me that he wanted something to return doesn't help because I can't read your mind. He just did it assuming I would give him money. That's what my sister is telling me right now. And my sister is completely on my side and so is his mom. I know some people think it's weird that she's talked to his mom, but she's like a second mother to me and I'm okay with it. So don't bash my sister in the comments about the mom thing. I'm glad that someone in their household knows what's going on so they can tell him how stupid he is. I'm okay with it. Update 2. By the way, her boyfriend eavesdropped on our conversation. She didn't tell him. Please don't assume my sister is dragging me. She's not. She's doing the opposite.